Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you to this session where we have to look at question 2 of this paper, that is the sub ICT, that is paper 2, practical 2025, that is Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education, that is sub ICT level. And remember, in the last session, we handled question 1, that was about word processing, and we handled it very well. Then this time around, we're going to look at question 2 of this very paper, that is about database. So with this one, we're going to attempt this table, because the table will show the data of professionals who attended the training. So we have the fields like ID, name, date of birth, profession, allowance, and number of days. So question A, part A says use a database application to create a database and save it as your name and personal number. So which we're gonna do, we're gonna come to our desktop as always. Remember, we have already our folder and it has already word processing. The first question we attempted in the last session. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna just create another database application program by right clicking. Then we come to Microsoft Access here, database. Then we save it with our names and personal number, which is Faizo. Then 501. We enter so that it opens. So here it is. We enable content. We close this. So that is the database application program is already opened. So the next question says design a table for the given data using appropriate data types for each field. Design a table for the given data using appropriate data types for each field. Save it as allowance table. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna come and create a table. You're going to design a table using these fields here. So we come and actually click on our program which we have just opened, and we come to table design. They want to design a table, and then after that we are going to enter the fields. These are the fields we're going to enter here, these ones. So we're going to first try to minimize it here. Let's minimize this program so that we see what we are dealing with. So these are the fields we're going to enter here. We're going to start with ID. So we're going to type ID here. Then data type, its data type is number, because of this number here, 200701. Then we are going to come here to the next field, that's name, and of course you know the names, the data type of the name is always the text. So here we just click OK. Then the next field says date of birth. We call it date of birth. So date of birth, the data type for the date of birth is always date or time. So we come and select it here. Then the next field is profession. I think, yeah, it is profession here. So we're gonna type profession, and the data type is always text. Then the next field is allowance per day in UDX. So we're gonna type here allowance per day in brackets. We put UGX. You can use currency or number, but let's use number here. Then from there we can use, you have number of days, number of days, and the data type, of course, it's number. So here we have to assign the primary key on ID field, and then after that we come back to the sheet view, save the table. How do they ask us to save the table? They asked us to save the table as allowance table. So we're gonna type allowance table, allowance table, then click OK, and this how these are the fields which they asked us to design, and we are ready to go. So the next question says, part C, Roman number 1, create a form to include all the fields in the allowance table. Save it as allowance form. Use the form to enter the data given in the above table. So we're gonna create a form with all the fields we have entered, or we have designed with the table. Then after that, we are going to enter the information which we have seen in a table using a form. So that means they want us to use a form to enter this data here. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come here to our program, or our application program. We come to create a form. We're gonna come to form wizard. We enter all the fields there, then we click next. I may use tabular here, then I click next. What the title they want us to name our form, they want us to name our form as allowance form. So I can remove the word table here. I put the form, I modify. Or let me just open the form. So basically this is how our form is gonna look like. Then from there they have asked us to enter this data here in a form, using the form to enter the data given in the above table. So we're gonna come here and try to minimize our program. We're gonna enter this data there. So we're going to start with 2070 1. The name is Kato Bernard. Kato Bernard. Then the date of birth was born, that is was born on 16th. Born on 16th. That is January. That is 1970. The profession was an engineer. And was earning as allowance 170,000, and the number of days was 3. So as you can see here, we have to enter the data for all this. So all the data is being entered very fast, as you can see, for all the employees. So from there we can see that we are seeing these hashtags here. Of course they are not supposed to be there. what we're gonna do, we're gonna come to design view here, then first take it to layout view so that we can expand this. For example, for the name, we can try to expand it a bit like this. Then we come to date of birth. As you can see, it's now even clear. Then we come to our profession. We also try to make it like that. Then we come here to allowance per day. Also try to make it a bit organized. Then we come to number of days. We also try to make it systematic, very well organized, very well. So our form is done, as you can see. So this data must be also automatically entered in the table. So once that's done, we come to check our table. Very nice. So the data which we have entered using a form must be represented automatically in a table. So our next questions, so we can close this now. So after that one, we come to our next question, which says part D, create a query using the allowance table that will compute the total allowance for each person. Save it as allowance query. Create a query using the allowance table that will compute the total allowance for each person, and save it as allowance query. So here we're going to come to our program here. We come to create. We can use query wizard. We click OK. Because they want us to use the allowance table, we take all this. We click next. We click next. Here the title for the query, of course, they have told us to name it as allowance query. So we're going to remove this table. We make it allowance query here. Then here we're gonna modify it. Then we finish. So what we basically want here, it is to calculate the total allowance. Of course, we're gonna click here. Then from there, we're gonna click on builder here, or we can right click here and click build. So once that is done, we're gonna come and get the allowance per day in UDX. Then we get asterisk times the number of days. Then we click OK. So once that is done, we're gonna come here where there's XPR 1. We remove it. We type the total allowance because that's what we are calculating. That is the field name. Then here we run it. Perfect. So this is the total allowance per day in UDX. So that's what we're gonna do now. After that, after we are going to put here the syntax, the UDX currency and allowance field, because it was supposed to be an allowance. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come to design view here. No, let's first go to this. It was supposed to be the save the changes. Let's open our allowance table. We had to put here the currency. So it should go to design view. We come under data type number. We come under format. So here we're gonna put the UDX and the format. We put it in quotes, then space. We put our hashtag there. Put a comma. We put more 3 hashtags. Then save the changes, go back. So our UGX will be automatically added to our allowance. So that is it. Even here you can see it is there now. So once that is done, we go to our next question, which says create a query that displays all engineers who attended less than 3 days of training. Save it as engineer query. So they wanted, let's go to it. We come to create. Let's go to query wizard and click OK. We can even use this, no problem with that. Next. We click next. They want us to create what we call engineer query. So engineer query, let's modify it, then we finish. So we're gonna come to profession, because we have to type the word engineer there, because those are the people we want here to be extracted. Then we come to number of days. We put less than 3 days because they want those people who attended for less than 3 days. Then we run. As you can see here, it is showing us these are the engineers and those who work for 3 days, and that is our query. So save the changes, we close. So engineer query is also done. Then from there we go to the next question. Our next part says generate a report from the engineer query and save it as engineer report. So they want us to extract a report from engineer query and save it as engineer report. So that is also very simple. We're gonna come and click on create. They want a report, so we're gonna come to report wizard here. They want us to use engineer query, so we're gonna come and select here engineer query, click next. So we're gonna come and click next here, next, click next. So here we can change it to engineer report because they wanted the engineer report. So here we click finish. As simple as this. However, as you can see, these hashtags, it requires just the expansion of the fields. First of all, we can just put it in landscape. We see the changes. Then we can come to close the print preview. First of all, as you can see, so this is our fields. We can try to expand it. Let's compress it a bit. As you can see, we can try to date of birth. So let's try to expand it a bit also. The same with profession. Allowance per day. Number of days. The allowance, we can also try to expand it a bit. That is the total allowance. So that's what we need to do. Just to expand a bit, let's first take it back there. You see the report view. Yeah, let's go back to the ID is not clear, as you can see. ID field. Let's try also to expand it a bit. Yeah, now that is clear. Then from there we can come to let's see the last question. That's what they wanted. Add a suitable title for the report. It says engineer report. So we can come here. It's the engineer report for engineer report for the professionals, for the professionals who attended training in 3 days or in less than. Yeah, I think that is better. So we can try to format it a bit. You can put it in bold, you can put it in any color. Maybe let me change and put to this color. You can put any, you can increase its font to around 24. No, 24 is gonna be too big. Let's leave it to 20. Then I can change its font as style to Arial black. Let me try to change again, maybe to Arial. You can reduce its size 18 or 16. You can also try to centerline it, because I think that's enough. So basically this is our report, and lastly, save and print your work, because we're gonna print all this. You can start with this, press Ctrl P, of course you print. Just go press Ctrl P, you come here, press Ctrl P, you print. Okay, click OK, you come to allowance query, also Ctrl P, you print. Okay, you come to allowance form, Ctrl P, click OK, then cancel. So you print. So that's how it's going to be done, and this is what I had for you today. That is question, that's question 2 about database, or what we call Microsoft Access. Let's meet in the next session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.